Is investing in virtual reality learning worth it? Today we're going to tell you the 2 things you need to consider when figuring out if it's worth it.
We are eLearning partners, and we got a free masterclass for you that is linked below. Get your instant access where you are guaranteed to develop an e-learning program or online course that will be successfully because you're going to take the free masterclass. Is investing in virtual reality learning worth it? Boom. The first thing that you need to consider is the size.
Size. Our recommendation is if you're a company with 100 employees or less, probably don't invest in virtual reality. But the reality about virtual reality is it is much more about type. So if you're a small company, probably don't invest. There are specific types of companies that get a lot out of VRL.
Here is the thing. When it comes to the type, what we see is VR makes sense if you are doing something that really requires your hands-on experience, right? Manufacturing, construction, aerospace, surgery, medical. This is where we're seeing VR explode, and it makes sense to have VR for a few different reasons. Number one, people that are training can actually have the real experience literally from the comfort of their own home or the office without having to fly to specific institutions, which saves you a lot of time and money as a company. Also, it stops from mistakes happening or people potentially getting injured. Think about mines, for example. The type of huge equipment that is moving dirt, the operating of that equipment. You need to get trained on that. Instead of being trained at an actual mine where you could potentially risk somebody getting hurt, they could be taking the VR training of it. So we are seeing this. You can think of it in so many different places. Oil and gas, I mean, you name it. Wind turbines, the maintenance of that. I mean, places where things and maintenance are needed and training is needed, where VR could save you time, money, and also mitigate a lot of your risk. Now, if you are a billion-dollar company or a big company, more than 100 employees, and you're not one of these types, but you can afford VR, reconsider, because why invest in something just because it is a shiny little tool in the shed? Make sure always that there's a business case for it, that you get a return on investment for it as well.
So it's less about size, more about type. With that being said, as Hector said, the investment in VR can be very tricky. It is not clear how much it actually costs to build out VR for these different industries. So definitely be careful when investing in VR. Even if you're a large company and you fit into one of these types, be careful.
And remember, if you decide to invest in VR, take our advice. You've probably seen it on our channel. If you haven't, definitely go check out the videos. Start small. Start small, start with one program or maybe even just one module within that program. Build the system, build the process, prove that there's a business case for it, that you're getting a return on investment. Remember, e-learning should not be a cost, it should be an investment. And then from there, scale it from there.
We have a video all about the metaverse and the implications to education and e-learning. We'll see you there. Thanks for the likes and subscribes.